But this week we're going to start off with women's soccer and some big news coming out of this, especially the U.S. camp. Abby Wambach, for all intents and purposes, a U.S. legend, the all-time leading scorer in international soccer, men or women, announced this week that she's formally retiring as a World Cup champion.
So we've got a lot going on and some big news coming out of AU Athletics this week, as it's now officially confirmed all 4 fall AU teams will be headed to their respective conference tournaments.
Let's just jump right into it. I mean, this series overall was fairly well played. If you have to say anything about that, from the Mets obviously bringing their 4 starters who were to be feared, and the Royals bringing just their young, energetic team.
Secondly, the Royals are just annoying because here's the thing, and it's interesting that I think it's why the Royals don't get a lot of national coverage. It's because they're not a sexy offensive team. They're not like the Blue Jays where they hit monster home runs. You got all the power hitters there. But what the Royals do is they single you to death.
Yeah. For the wild card, this was a great week for teams moving forward. There are a lot of big games and a lot of big games coming up, and this was a huge week. Big week, week 8, middle of the season.
Fantasy football segment, Fantasy 411. I'm joined alongside with Vince and Justin, and there's a lot of interesting news going on in fantasy football this week. Some very key injuries. No big news changing in the rankings, so we can't really waste time spending time on that. Ohio State through Alabama remains 1 through 7. Notre Dame jumping to 8 because Stanford barely edged Washington State, even though Notre Dame barely edged Temple.
Because we've just wrapped up what's been a little over a week of basketball to bring you. So I'm joined here by Hannah and Ryan, and we will bring you basically what we've observed so far entering this 2015-2016 season.
The 3 stars of the week, headlining Brad Marchand from Boston, Jake Allen from St. Louis Blues, and Taylor Hall of the Edmonton Oilers.
Thumbs up, thumbs down, where we go around talking about the good and the bad and the ugly in sports and life today.
So I will start my thumbs. I'm going to start with a thumbs middle, which we don't do often.
I'm going to start with the thumbs down because, in general, I like to hear bad news first. So
thumbs up also goes to the fact that I called the fact that the World Series would end in 5 games with the Royals winning. Everyone doubted me. Look at me now.